Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Season 3 of the Rule 34 podcast. I am Jack, joined by
Dominic Castillo.
Alright, we're back here today. Little bit of a throwback as it's just only Dom and I today, but that's because, Gio's a little busy. And while we could have postponed, we kind of looked in, we're like, man, we haven't recorded an episode at all this week, from us. So we decided Dom and I come in today and give y'all a little episode, just so that we don't go the whole week without an episode,
Yeah.
But in the time that we've been gone, how have you been, though?
I've been pretty good. Everything's still pretty slow at the moment. Nothing crazy gonna go on. However, the arena are preparing for the
Nope, hold on.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. So Grammys is coming up soon. The Crypto Arena is preparing for it. It's the 5th of February, I think, if I believe. And apparently we're going to be paid, I think, around like $30 the hour just to work for the Grammys event, which is pretty cool. So at the moment, I do not know how the Grammys will be going as in terms of preparations, the overall, I guess, way it's going to be handled, because it's obviously going to be completely different as compared to like a Lakers or a Clippers event, or just a concert in general. But apparently everybody's needed for this event because it is one of the most intense, most one of those moments you have to like perfect, or else if you mess it up, who knows if they're gonna choose our stadium again just to hold the Oscars or the Emmys or the Grammys or anything in general. So we have to perfect it. Other than that, nothing much else. Money is okay at the moment. It's pretty pog. The school is pretty pog. Nothing much else. There are some cool video game stuff coming out soon. I think there's a Dead Space remake, and I might be getting that soon. I've never played the first Dead Space, but I feel like the remake could, bring a new light to the game ever since all those people played it years ago. Other than that, it's pretty slow, pretty preem, if I would say.
All right. I spoke too soon. Gio, how are you doing, and what have you been up to?
I've been pretty good lately. Like Dominic said, at work we're preparing for the Grammys. It's going to be very interesting based on what other people have said in the past about it. Besides that, I've been playing a lot of FIFA 23 with Jose and Ricky, kind of obsessed. It's been pretty fun because I haven't played a sports game in so long. And competing online against people is very rage-inducing. But it's been pretty fun. But besides that, pretty much the same as last week.
That's good to hear. As far as me, I've gotten really back into writing up about different things. Getting back into writing. I did an episode yesterday for the sports podcast where I had like a 9-page script basically. So I've been enjoying getting back into that and writing just a ton of stuff on different things, and I'm hoping to do more of that. I've also been kind of researching into stuff that we could do here on the podcast. Like I've been trying to narrow down albums that we should probably give reviews, movies as well. Just the usual stuff with me, just looking into certain things, trying to always have content ready for us. But that's pretty much been it. Other than that, I've been playing here or there for the time being. What game did I recently finish? I don't remember, but I know I started Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I believe is what it's called. I started that recently, and once I finish that, next is probably I don't know. I have a ton of games in my backlog. I don't know what I'd want to start next. I guess I'll see. Apparently, there's what's it called? Apparently, they're coming out with another SpongeBob game too, and it looks like it plays similar to Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, may get that one just because. Funny enough, that was the one game I 100%ed like completely, and then it was Spider-Man. So, might look into that, but that's pretty much all I've been doing for the most part. And I brought up music, and we came up with an idea. First, it was proposed by Dom. He mentioned something about looking at what have been some of the top songs of all time. And then we were like, well, let's look into it. And then when we looked into what was the top 10, we're like, why don't we do a tier list for them, So we are going to be ranking today the top 10 most streamed songs of all time. These are on Spotify, of course. It's not taking into account, YouTube, Apple Music, any other streaming services. And I think it's only Spotify because it's easier to find the streams that songs have on there, But we have our tier list. We're going to go from, 10 to 1. Let's get right into it. Starting with number 10, we have Stay by The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. This came out July 9th, 2021. And it sits at number 10 currently with 2.35 billion streams.
Jesus.
And the crazy part is, Dom, you remember how we broke down like the streaming numbers one time?
Yeah.
He probably made I don't know, only $1 million off of that,
Yeah.
I think that's always going to be the craziest part about streaming numbers is you could have big numbers like this, and then you look at the stuff and you're like, oh wow, they barely made anything off of that. But
I mean, comparing its popularity in in the tick of talks, I feel like those numbers will only boost up its popularity. Thus, boost up streaming services, and thus it only grows further. I mean, sure, you might have not gotten that much, but I feel like he did get that much. Maybe through licensing.
I get you. Yeah, I definitely get you on that. TikTok is definitely having a big influence on, a lot of the streaming numbers that artists get with certain songs.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Where would you guys rank it, and if you want, give any thoughts you have on the song?
I was thinking. I the first time hearing the song, I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear the entire song. The first time I was ever exposed to the song was the TikTok of the dude dancing while the camera was spinning around him.
Oh yeah.
And I think that was the first time I was ever exposed to it, and I was like, okay, I kind of enjoyed it, but I never decided to hear the song in its entirety. However, as time went on, it went over and over again with the same TikTok. This dude made a bunch of collaborations, a bunch of dudes copying his style, just putting the song, in the background, and just over and over and over again. And it's it's kind of, it's getting a little repetitive. I'm surprised it got really repetitive. They're just doing the same song over and over again. It's nothing new. And I feel like they kind of just of music when it's just constantly replayed, but not for its intended purpose. The song wasn't specifically made for somebody with a camera to spin it around them while they're dancing in the middle, right? And it's just kind of you hear the song, you're like, oh, it's that TikTok song, and that's all you're gonna remember it for. You're not gonna, I guess, pay attention to the lyrics, maybe, or maybe you might sing along to it, but you're not gonna listen to it for its intended purpose. You're just gonna know for it's just it's a TikTok song where the guy dances, and I've seen my favorite celebrity dance to it while the camera is spinning around. Okay, yeah, but yeah, but however, the song itself I guess it's okay. It's decent. It mostly goes for like the catchy, the pop vibe ish, and nothing much else. It just constantly goes with the same beat, the same rhythm, and it's like I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's mid for me. It's just you hear it, it's okay, but it's like, well, that's it. There's no underlying meaning to it per se. So for me, I would rank it at C. That's just me. That's me.
Interesting. What about you, Gio?
I put it at B because I don't know, it's an okay song. It's catchy, but if you listen to it too many times, it kind of, I don't know. It just gets annoying at that point. But as a song, I give it a solid B.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I'd put it at a B too. I share the same kind of sentiments as Dom and Gio, where it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those like songs where you hear it in the background of a lot of places, but like you almost never go out of your way to play it yourself, And then like how Dom mentioned, you hear it so much at certain points that you're just like, you only know it for like certain parts rather than like, like you only hear one part of a song and you never hear like the rest of it,
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, if you played this song for like most people, they probably, because of the fact like how Dom said, they only know about like the one clip or like the one section that went big on TikTok. They probably don't even know that Justin Bieber is featured on this thing, because it's always about that one part. Like you never see people using other parts of the song, it's just using this one part that's catchy, that for whatever reason gets people to like watch the video, listen to it, whatever. And it's like, I don't know, there's not much to it, but I think I also put it at B because in comparison to like a lot of other songs on the list, it's probably generous to give it a B over some of the other songs that are on this list, like on its own, maybe I'd put it at like C, but also in comparison to the rest of the list, I think that's what bumps it up to a B for me. But moving on to our number 9, it is Believer by Imagine Dragons. February 1st, 2017 is when this came out, and it has currently 2.36 billion streams on Spotify. Where would you guys rank this?
I will put this one. Okay, again, it's okay. The majority of the songs are overplayed music. First time listening to Believer, I feel like it went hard. For some reason, I just have this knack with Imagine Dragons is that every time they drop the beat, then to deliver the next like insane lines, like the main lines of the song, they always tone down the music as compared to the rest of the lyrics. I'm not sure if that's anybody else, but I've always gotten that sort of just vibe with Imagine Dragons with the majority of the song, and especially Believer, when they're like, hey, Believer, blah, blah. They always lower the intensity. Like there's a lot of intensity, but they physically lower the volume of it as compared to the rest of the lyrics, which only kind of ruins the moment for me just a little bit. But other than that, the song itself is.
Oh, you cut out
again. It's overplayed, but it's. I mean, I guess you can vibe with it for a little bit. But I'll put this one on B because I thoroughly enjoyed it first time listening to it. After the 100 amounts of times afterwards, not so much. But I mean, it's, I would put it at a B.
What about you, Gio?
I would put it on like high A, just because I really like the song. I haven't heard it a lot recently, so it doesn't have that overplayed feeling for me.
Hmm.
It's been a cool minute since I last heard it, but as a song, it's a solid A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely been a while since this song's been big. And I definitely think one thing to its favor was, you didn't hear it a lot because of, like, there wasn't, like, big social medias at the time, like, that we have now with, like, the TikToks and how they utilize songs. But I definitely feel like this song is overplayed to sports fans, Like, this was a song that was constantly used in, like, different types of montages or commercials and stuff, I feel like. And that's why to some people it may be overplayed. I have it at B right along with Dom. It's pretty good, it's a good song if you aren't constantly listening to it, It's one of the better songs I would say on this list, and I think it's pretty good. I would definitely say it's not amongst my favorite from Imagine Dragons from what I've heard from them, but it's still pretty good, Alright. Number 8, we have Closer by the Chainsmokers and Halsey, July 29, 2016, with 2.45 billion views.
Jeez.
Now, despite TikTok not being around in 2016, I think both of you can agree with me in that this song was still overplayed almost everywhere.
Yeah, if it wasn't TikTok, then it was probably Musical.ly or Vine at the time that was overplaying it at the time.
And not only that, every like department store that you walked into, like a Macy's, a J.C. Penney's, something like that, a Ross, whatever. It's like this was on in the background like a ton,
Exactly.
And like this was during that time, I guess you could say, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like it seemed like this was the time where, like, especially like when the radio was still like doing stuff, it was like they were heavily pushing like the Chainsmokers and all their songs, so it's like you heard it almost everywhere.
Ooh.
But where would you rank it?
I'd rank, okay, so the song itself kind of goes hard, but how would you say it? Okay, I can't keep basing my music off just replayability, but the song itself, even though it is Chainsmokers, I don't really enjoy the music as much. But I feel like with Closer, the lyricism was a bit odd. The beat and the rhythm was, I guess, okay. But I'm not sure how to explain it with Closer. Like, I want to put it like at a B, but like only because it's just constantly replaying. But I want to put it on as A, only because it kind of goes hard, kind of. But yeah, I'm gonna put it on A. I somewhat enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it a bit more than Imagine Dragons, and I feel like this one was okay to listen to, when it's not especially not when you're like at a Macy's and you're here, but like let's say you're on a drive, driving around, cruising. I think this song was so nice.
How about you, Jew?
I put this song on F, bro. I'm tired of this. I hate it so much. Like, it's not, to me, it's not a good song. It's so annoying. I just hate everything about it, bro. I don't like it. It's an F. Like, I would put it even lower than that if it was possible, but I don't like the song.
Wait, Dom, where did you have it ranked?
A.
A? Okay.
Si, senor.
I'm going to agree with Gio and put it at an F, only because some people might think this is like being unfair, but like also we saw a lot of like if I want to like put it this way, cringy couples use this song, and like a bunch of cringy videos including this song, and so it's like that's kind of the memories I associate with this song, as well as it being overplayed a ton at the time. So I kind of have to agree with Gio. I have it at F just because of all of that being on my mind. And speaking of songs that were used a ton, especially by people. Number 7 is One Dance by Drake featuring Wizkid and Kyla. April 5th, 2016, 2.51 billion streams. What are your guys' thoughts on this Drake song?
Okay. This one heavily just everywhere. Doesn't matter where you were. Doesn't matter if you were at a supermarket, you were playing the car on the radio. It doesn't matter if you had your personal playlist. This thing will play on shuffle no matter what. I put this one on F. It's just this one. The first time I thought the beat was like okay, but it was just the same thing over and over and over again. It was nothing new. This one I did not enjoy. This one it was just not good. F. It's an F function.
What about you, Gio?
It's gonna be very. It's literally the exact opposite of what we just had for Closer. I put this one on A. I don't know. I think it's one of Drake's best songs. I don't know. It's a solid track. I like it.
I guess you would call it in the middle. I have it at C. I don't think it's the worst song, but at the same time, it's not my type of music. But I can understand why people enjoyed it and still enjoy it. I don't know. It's a pretty fun song and all that, but I just don't get much out of it, so I have it at C. Okay, we got 22 minutes left, so we're good for now. Number 6, Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee, October 18th, 2018, has 2.53 billion streams at the moment. What do you guys think about this one?
I want to say I really do enjoy the song. I feel like the beat of itself was pretty cool. With it was like a muffled beat. I'm not sure how to explain it. And as it was made for the Spider-Man movie with the Spider-Man universe, whatever it was called. It sounded pretty okay. It was cool. I enjoyed it. Was it overplayed a bit? Yes. You can't deny that. But I feel like this song was unique in and of itself. It was like a collab that was I guess it was right. It was right. It felt good for the movie. If the sort of beat that they went along with just felt as if it collaborated along with the movie in and of itself. Post Malone's verses were pretty okay. But honestly, I don't know. I was thinking of putting it in either A tier, B, S tier maybe, only because it sounded unique and it was for a really good movie that I enjoyed. But I don't know. I want to put it in S because I enjoyed it, but I just feel like it was a bit overplayed. So it's either going to be an S or A. And I think I'm just gonna put it in S. I'm gonna put it in S.
What about you, Gio?
Put it on C because I'm tired of it. At first it was alright. Then this is literally the only one that the overplayed actually is affecting my ranking of it. I don't know. I just hate it. Whenever I hear the first 5 seconds of the song, I want to commit some sort of
heinous
crime.
Action.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a good song, but I hate hearing it now. It's just I can't get past I just can't get past that feeling. Even if I tried, I couldn't get past it.
I get you on that. I definitely get you on that. I'm gonna agree with Dom here. I'm gonna put it at S because, yes, I agree. It's heavily overplayed a lot, and it doesn't help that the next Spider-Man movie is coming out. I think it's Across the Spider-Verse now, and we've heard it in the movie already. So I don't know. There's a chance that we hear it over and over again, but I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking more of when it originally came out than now. I mean, I still hear it from time to time now, but not as often because of how overplayed it was. But I just remember the time it came out and how Dom was saying, it really fit the movie. It just has a real chill vibe to it, and yeah, I don't know. I have an S just because it's kind of like how Dom was saying, it really fit the movie. It really had, I guess if you want to say that, a cool vibe and aesthetic to it, going along with the movie, and it was just really cool collaboration. Number 5, we're back here with Post Malone again. Rockstar by Post Malone featuring 21 Savage. September 15, 2017. Currently has 2.58 billion streams. What are your guys' thoughts on this one?
Yes.
What do you see, Tom?
I put it in A tier. I felt like the song went a little hard. Not gonna lie. And it was just the beat.
Oh, is he lagging again? I think he's
Song,
lagging.
this collab in general, just.
Oh, I think Dom's lagging a bit.
Oh, my bad. A tier, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed this collaboration. Posty went hard, and not gonna lie, I would bump this constantly. Okay, maybe not constantly, but I would bump this. I would bump it.
Yeah. Gio, you gave it an S, right?
Yep. I mean, it's the song of 2016.
Definitely. I agree. You heard this song almost everywhere, basically, throughout the year. And really good, too, you know? Especially, like, the music video. Music video kind of chaotic. Very bloody, obviously, but it fit somewhat the mood they were going for. And also, it was just, like, it was one of those ones where they were just like, you know what? We're just going to do whatever we think is cool, not necessarily pertaining a lot to the lyrics of the song itself. But, you know, this is one of those where, I'm going to be honest, I'm not too mad at it being overplayed. You know, like, anytime it comes on, you know, it's a guaranteed banger, you know. I have it at A along with Dom. I'm trying to debate if I want to have it in S, but I think I'm gonna have it in A for now. We completely flipped the script. Number 4, we have Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi. Came out November 8th, 2018. 2.62 billion streams. What do you guys think of this one?
Okay, this one I put in S tier because this is honestly a song I've not listened to. So first time listening to it when presented by the tier, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. The piano was great. His voice was great.
Oh.
Maybe it was overplayed elsewhere, but this is the first time I'm ever hearing the existence of this song. But no, yeah, this one I'm gonna put in S tier because I thoroughly liked it. It's sort of my thing in terms of just this sort of music. So I'm gonna put an S tier.
What about you, Gio?
What song is it? My bad, I was in.
Oh, sorry. Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi.
I'd give it a high B, I guess. It's a solid track. It's not something I would go out of my way to listen to, though.
I have it at C, not for, you know, like the lyrics and stuff. It's obviously a very nice song, as Dom said. You know, the guy has really nice vocals. The piano goes really well. I've just kind of heard it a bit too much. And I also have it at C just because, I don't know, like, when it came to this song, I heard, like, a lot of people hyping it up when, like, I was, like, exploring music, and I was like, oh, let me give it a listen. I was like, that was pretty good. And then I heard, like a couple other songs he had, and I just felt that those ones are a better showcase of, you know, his songwriting ability, his, you know, vocal ability, his instrumental ability, you know, and all that. Like, I just felt like those were better indications of him as an artist than this one song, you know. So that's kind of why I have it at C. Now we move in to the top 3, and this is where you really get into not only overplayed territory, but perhaps a heavily annoyingly overplayed. I have one exception, and it's obviously going to be because of bias, but we start with number 3. Dance Monkey by Tones and I came out May 10th, 2019, 2.74 billion streams.
Yeah, Instant F, all the way through. It's just. Okay. I'm gonna try to imagine that the original intent for this song was for, like, I guess, like a groovy, a dance type of song where you're meant to groove out. But holy man. Okay, first of all, the song itself isn't that good. And second, and I feel like, the name itself, the title is a little bit, it's a little, I don't know. I wouldn't just, oh, hey, well, what's this song? Oh, it's called Dance Monkey, and then you see some people dancing in the background, and like, well, wait, I did not mean to say that, And it's like, oh, okay.
Oh man!
But no,
only Dominic can make it a racial issue.
I don't know about you, but this is it's an awesome song. I hate the lyricism. It's just stupid.
They use the high pitch voice too, like the high pitch auto tuned high pitch.
And it's just, I don't know.
I agree with Dom.
I don't.
Instant F. This one. Instant F. How did we as a society allow this to get 2.74 billion views? I'll tell you how, because it became big on TikTok, and that's the issue at hand. TikTok is letting too many songs go big that shouldn't be going big. Screw this song. Gio, what do you have it ranked at?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't really remember this song. To be fair, like, I put it on for a little bit on YouTube to try to remember it. It seems kind of familiar. So I gave it its own tier list. Don't remember. So, I don't know. I don't remember this song. Maybe I was just not involved enough during that time, but I just don't remember this song.
Understandable. I still give it an instant F, like Dom said. Number 2, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran came out January 6, 2017. 3.35 billion views. What a jump up from number 3. Number 3 was 2.7. This jumps up all the way to 3.35 billion views. That's crazy. Where do you guys have this song ranked?
I put it instant F again. It's annoying. It's basic. It's just basic lyricism. It's meant to be played at your local supermarket or your local Macy's. It's nothing new, man. It's just him at a guitar. That, oh wow, I really enjoyed the song. Wow, and it's just it's there's nothing special. There's nothing to write home about. But they're gonna keep replaying it because they got nothing else to play. So they just play what's locally enjoyed and now internationally enjoyed. So now they just play this one in the background of any place, anytime. So yeah, F, man, Pog.
What about you, Gio?
I would also give it an F. This song was so annoying to hear. When did it come out? Like
2017.
17? Really? It feels like it came out 30 years ago. But I don't know. I hate it. I hate it so much. The chorus is probably the most annoying thing I've ever listened to in my life. Yeah, I agree with Dominic, bro. It's enough.
I will agree as well. This song was just heavily overplayed. Like Dom said, the lyricism is one-dimensional, one note. There's nothing to write back home about. It's not any type of song, like it's just so basic and so cringe in a way, and I don't know, man. It's just, there's not really much to say except overplayed for no reason at all. Like, it's not even one of the most catchiest songs I've heard, Like, I could understand people, listening to, Sunflower over and over, Rockstar over and over, maybe Stay, some of the other ones you have, One Dance, I can understand people listening to that. But I just don't get how this became, until 2019, the number one most, or not even 2019, I forget what year it was, that it was still holding this title of number one, most streamed song of all time. I don't get how it went all these years holding that title, I just don't get it. And, it's not me being a hater. It's just, people have their own opinions and all that. But in my opinion, I've just heard so much good music, great music. I've heard better songs than this from Ed Sheeran himself than this one song. And it just baffles me that people let a song like this go number one for the longest time, that it was being played everywhere. Like Dom said, it was freaking being played in supermarkets. It was being played in malls and all this. And it's just like, that kind of genre in itself kind of annoys me, because it's like, other than when you're hearing it out, there's no way people are actually listening to this stuff, Like, true. I'm convinced the only time people listen to this stuff is when, they're out at the mall, they're out, they have the radio on. I don't see any other situation where someone could be sitting at home with their headphones on, go to their playlist, having it in a playlist, and going, you know what I want to hear? Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. That could be me being pretentious and all that, but with so much great music in the world, that's your choice to go out to hear, is Shape of You. I don't know, man. It's the same thing for the other songs we put in F, like Dance Monkey. I don't believe there's a person in the world who actually goes out of their way to listen to Dance Monkey. I don't know. To me, I can't believe it, And, it's not to say that anyone is more deserving of others, obviously, but like, it's just baffling to me when I discover some artists who only got like 100,000 monthly listeners, and it's like, how do they not have more, And it's not even a thing about, their music isn't as audibly pleasing, It's like somebody's like people make like really good sounding music, and I'm just like, how do more people not enjoy this, and how do more artists like this not blow up, But with our remaining 6 minutes, number one spot, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, November 29th, 2019 is when this came out. Has 3.37 billion views at this current moment. Where do you guys have this one ranked?
Okay. It is The Weeknd. Listening to the song first time, I thought it was nice. It was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It is a little overplayed now. But I feel like the lyricism, the quick beats, the nice like throwback to like old school music. It was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is, and I feel like this was a huge banger coming up from The Weeknd himself. And I will put this one in A tier. Okay, I'm thinking of either A tier or S tier, only because I enjoyed how The Weeknd goes back to like old school synth wave and with the old school rhythm and beats. Personally, I enjoyed synth wave and like the way he was able to incorporate it into like modern music with its modern lyricism and just the way his voice just pertains to the entire song. It was okay. A little overplayed, yes. But I'm gonna put it in S tier.
All right. What about you, Gio?
I'll put it on S tier. It's a good song. I still listen to it here and here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with it. It's a good song.
I agree with both your sentiments. I have this one in S tier. I don't know. People want to say it's overplayed, and it was definitely heard like a lot in like different places. I agree, and I definitely heard it like here and there on radio. But like for the most part, for me personally, it's like I don't feel like it was as big as a lot of these other songs, which is why it kind of surprises me that it got to number one and finally over or dethroned Shape of You, because it was like this dropped when like TikTok was really ramping up, and yet I can tell you I probably never heard it on there, but like I don't know, I guess it's different, but like a lot of the memories I remember of hearing this was like, I'm pretty sure for once it was like I think it was like the theme song for WrestleMania. He performed at the Super Bowl. He also performed, I think, during New Year's, like on a rooftop, I'm pretty sure. But like, those are the three big moments I remember hearing it. But I don't remember really hearing it around a lot. So I don't know if I would give this one the sentiment of overplayed. Maybe I myself overplayed it, like listening, because when that album dropped in 2020, I was like listening to it a lot. But like, even now, when it comes on, it's not like I'm like, oh man, this song's kind of overplayed, I don't want to hear it. It's like I almost go in instead with the sentiment of like, it's been a while since I've heard this, let me actually listen to it and remember how great a song it is. Especially because like Dom said, a lot of things kind of go unnoticed. Like this was the start of him incorporating an older sound into modern music. This was the start of him how would you say this was the start of the current story he's telling throughout his last two albums, and then there's a lot of like underrated sort of lyricism to look towards for the story, especially with the music video itself. So I agree with your guys' sentence. S tiers all around. But yeah, that is the top 10 most streamed songs of all time. I know when Dom originally brought this up, you mentioned something about K-pop, Dom, right?
I did, yes.
So maybe we do that for another episode. Look into what are the top 10 most streamed K-pop, or not albums, songs. And sadly, I expect a lot of BTS probably.
Probably.
More than likely. But with that being said, we got about 2 minutes remaining. I've been Jack, joined by
Dominic Castillo.
And Giovanni.
Thank you all for joining for this episode on the topic of music. No, I'm not going to do that. That's too cringe. Thank you all for joining for this episode. We'll catch y'all more than likely Monday with another episode. But until then, remember, if it exists, we have an opinion on it. Thank you, and we'll see you all in the next episode.